Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is VS Action Figures. My name is Vincent, and I'm here to show you the haul that I got from the Star Wars Collector Expo that happened yesterday. That I went to. I love these shows. It happens once a year. I try not to miss it, and I have a lot of fun. So I thought, you know what? I may as well just do a video, show everyone my haul, let everyone see what I picked up. I actually filmed this video last night, and the audio cut out on all the parts of the video, so I'm redoing it now just so I can get it up for everyone to see. I think it's pretty cool, some of the stuff I found. So let's take a look. First up, I'm going to go through the carded figures I picked up. I only got two. I usually pick up a lot of loose stuff. I love digging through bins and finding some cool figures in there. First up, I got Mosep Benit from the 3 3/4 inch Black series that Hasbro did for a little while. Now I've already got this guy. I picked him up right before the Barge came out because he is in Jabba's palace, just in a different outfit. I'm pretty sure it's the same character. I mean, at least it's the same mask, but I think it's the same guy. So I wanted to have one to put in my cantina when that comes out, and also one for the Barge, which I might do a head swap and make a custom of that one. But yeah, he's on the card. I mean, the card's taped up because these cards were notorious for just not sticking to the bubble. So it's hard to find one of these um, where it's not separating like that. But it's pretty cool. I'm happy to have him. And next up, which I thought was pretty neat, I don't even remember seeing this thing before, was this Sand Trooper from Power of the Jedi line, which is a bit harder to find. I see a lot of Power of the Force and a lot of the red Phantom Menace cards at these shows for like $5 each, or even cheaper, $2 each sometimes. But it's rare to come across one of these guys, so I thought I'd grab them. I mean, I know they're coming out with some new Sand Troopers, but I don't think they're gonna have the binoculars and the unique paint here. And I think these are pretty cool. They've got more of the aesthetics of a modern Star Wars figure than the big barrel chest superheroes that Power of the Force 2 had. So I'm happy to have this guy, and I'll probably crack him open eventually and get him into my Mos Eisley diorama. And now I want to get the big boys out of the way and show you this Power of the Force 2 dewback that I picked up with the Sand Trooper on his back. Now I've already got this Sand Trooper loose, but I never had the dewback. I've got the Legacy Collection dewback, but he's a completely different sculpt and look because um, this came out right around the time they did the special edition, and I think they've redesigned the dewback since then. So you're not going to see this guy again in this form. But I really like this figure. It's got the action features with the mouth that opens and closes, and I thought he was pretty cool. I wanted two dewbacks for my display when I get it up, so I figured why not have two different types and can add a bit of variety to the to the diorama. I heard they might be coming out with a new dewback, but I haven't seen any confirmation on that. But for now, I think this guy's pretty cool, and I was happy to find him at the show complete like that. Now, when it comes to just loose figures, I picked up this one. I'm really excited about. It is Chewie as Bosch's prisoner. I've got the original one that came out. It was more of a Power of the Force 2 figure with the big barrel chest. He had the plastic chain. I was using that one for the longest time. I was planning on just using a regular Chewie, but now I think I might go with this one because he's got more of the proportions. I think this is just the mechanic Chewie where he had the goggles and the little tool here, and they just put a metal chain on it. But it's pretty cool because I think it fits in better with the figures. He's got the height, so it'll look great in my diorama. And after that, I found a Jawa. Now I think this one came in one of those 2 packs. I don't think it was a Black series. It may have been Saga Collection or Legacy Collection where he was with a droid. They had 2 or 3 different sets where they had these cool, unique droids. Um, I may have that one carded, but I definitely don't have a loose Jawa like this with the light vest. So I was pretty happy to find this guy. And what's a Jawa without a droid? So I picked up a few droids. This one is from a multi-pack that came out in the early 2000s. I don't remember the name of this droid, but it is just an R2 repaint. He's got the clicking head that you can spin around to make the third leg go up and down. So it's kind of a unique, not unique, but it's one of those designs that they don't use anymore, since they seem to be using the build-a-figure part droids for all the astromechs these days. This one I thought was cool with the stripe around the head. It's kind of unique looking, and I don't recall ever seeing that droid before, so I thought it was cool to pick him up. And then I got this dirty R5D4 rather, which is cool. He's got the head that spins, and the antenna kind of pops up from there, and um, got the removable legs, so it's kind of like the droid Build-A-Droid ones, but it's different than the one that just came out like last year or recently. So I thought it was kind of cool to have an extra droid. Maybe put him in the Tatooine display. And speaking of droids, I picked up these two droids that I thought were really cool. And it goes well with the Star Cruiser vehicle that's coming out. It's Captain Rex, or is it Captain Rex or just Rex? REX droid. Um, And this one I saw in a box set someone was selling for 150 for him with four other droids, and I'm like, I do want Rex, but I'm not spending that much for that set that I don't really care about the other guys, but it was pretty cool when I saw this in a bin. So I picked him up, and in that same bin was his buddy from the box set, this other Star Tours droid. I don't know its name. It's one of those wacky droids that doesn't have any facial features, kind of like a Gonk droid. So it's just a weird. I don't know. This is. It doesn't look like you wouldn't even know this is something from Star Wars, as far as I'm concerned. It's just this cool um, pyramid shaped type thing. So I think he was kind of neat. So I was happy to find that as well. And rounding out my loose figures, I got this Sand Trooper that I don't know exactly when he was released. I think it's real. I have seen ones like this on AliExpress. Now, could be a bootleg. I was just kind of wanted to grab him as like a background trooper for my diorama, so I was happy to grab him. It's got good articulation. It's outdated for by today's standards, but it's still a nice little background piece. Oh, and I had to grab Porkins, Jack Porkins here. I thought it was. I mean, it's an outdated, five POA type figure, but I've got the 4 pack of the X-wing pilots, so I thought add a bit of diversity here, and we got Tiva coming out soon, so gonna add him to the roster of pilots. And I don't think they've done him since then. They might reuse some of the Tiva body for that, but I who knows? It's just kind of cool to finally have Porkins here in the collection. I know he was huge back in the Wizard magazine days. They were always talking about him in the Toy Fair magazine as well. And he came with a stand, so it's kind of cool. And finally, Han Carbonite, Power of the Force 2. Now, this was the piece I wanted. This is from the Jabba's Palace diorama, the cardboard set, which I have, but I wanted another one. So it was in a bin for $2, so I went to buy it, and the guy said, "Oh, you got to buy the front of it too. Comes together for $2." So the guy was, I guess he was confused. He thought that they all went together, even though these are separate pieces. This is Han in the carbonite and Han when he's out of the carbonite and his imprints left there. But I got them all for $2, so kind of neat. You can put them together if you want, even though it doesn't really match the movie, but still fun. Out my 3 3/4 and stuff that I picked up is this vehicle for $5. I saw it on a table. The guy was selling a bunch of different vehicles. Most of them I recognize, but this one I hadn't recall seeing before. I know there was a period, a few years there I wasn't really paying too much attention to everything that was coming out. I asked the guy what it was from. He didn't know either. So I picked it up for $5. I thought it was just really nice. It's a really good sculpting. The paint's not the best, but you can fit your characters in there. You got room for a couple guys and maybe a droid there. So, and I came home. I looked it up. It turns out it is from The Force Awakens. And someone on one of my TikTok videos was saying it was from a cut scene from where they use this vehicle to escape after Han Solo was killed, and they get back to the Falcon using this machine. And I don't know about that. If the footage is out there or not, or if it's just one of those vehicles they released that no one's ever seen before. But that would be pretty cool to see that in action because it's a really nice vehicle. It's got some landing gear you can put down. You can fit a couple guys in here, and like I said, you can maybe fit a droid here because it came with a gun turret that goes here, but this one didn't have any of that. So, but for $5, you may as well pick it up. Looks really cool. And finally, I picked up a couple of 6-inch figures from the Black Series. I got Dr. Evans in here for $5. Has all of his accessories, his gun, and everything. And I don't know. I just wanted him to go with Ponda Baba. I'm gonna eventually get them set up in a cantina kind of setup. But for now, I thought I gotta grab him. I was looking for him for a while, but I didn't want to spend full price because these are like $36 now. So I was hoping to get him at a show for a deal. I never thought I'd find him for $5. So really happy to have him. And the second one I got for $5, Saw Gerrera. Now I'm really happy to have him. I passed on him a few times when I'd see him in stores, and he was like $50, but I didn't want to spend that much. And eventually it got down to like $15, which is really cheap. I'm surprised I passed on it, but I just didn't feel like I needed him for my Rogue One display. But then he showed up in Andor and he really stole every scene he was in. And when I saw him for $5, I'm like, I gotta get Saw Gerrera. It is just too cool to not get. And I'm pretty happy with that. So this is everything for my haul. It was a great show. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait till next year. I don't know if I'll be going to any shows during the summer, but definitely in September there's another show of May the North Be With You, I believe it's called, and it's done by Fourth Moon Toys. So that's going to be fun. I'm excited for that one. And yeah, keep checking in, keep watching the videos, and I hope you like it. And I will see you next time.